politics of guns can feel so deeply divisive and bipartisan agreement so far from reach, it can almost start to seem as though that's always been that way. So let's check the record. It turns out one of the most popular Republicans ever, the Illinois native who won 49 states in 1984, President Ronald Reagan, who himself survived an assassin's bullet, supported restricting access to assault weapons. To be clear, Reagan told the NRA back in 1983, "We will never disarm any American who seeks to protect his or her family from fear and harm." But here's where he drew the line. Listen to what he said the month after leaving office in February 1989.
And I do not believe in taking away the right of the citizen to own guns for sporting, for hunting and so forth, or for home defense. But I do believe that an AK-47, a machine gun, is not a sporting weapon or needed for defense at home.
For defense at home, he said. 5 years later, in 1994, Reagan penned a letter to Congress and wrote, "While we recognize that assault weapon legislation will not stop all assault weapon crime, statistics prove that we can dry up the supply of these guns, making them less accessible to criminals." The president's push indeed prodded Congress to change those laws, and a decade later, the law would expire. The markets took advantage, the culture changed, and the crime stats did too. A surgery professor at NYU later compiled the data, examining mass shooting deaths at the hands of a shooter with an assault weapon. During the ban, 53 of them. The decade after, nearly 4 times higher, 199, and rising. That doesn't count the country concert in Las Vegas, the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, the high school in Parkland, the Baptist church in Sutherland Springs, Texas, or the Walmart in El Paso, Texas, or the grade school in Uvalde, Texas. It doesn't count Lewiston, Maine. Or in California, it doesn't count San Bernardino, Monterey Park, or Thousand Oaks. It doesn't count Highland Park, Illinois. In fact, when we checked the record, one of the only gun-related charts we could find with the same rapid rise over that same time span was the stock price of some of the companies selling those guns. That's the record. We're back next week. Until then, we're off the record.